Okay, so before we even get into intros, I have to talk about this weekend because our guest isn't just someone we booked for a good episode. She was literally on the court with me just a few days ago, and we have some things to discuss. So this was our first 4-0 mixed tournament together, and this guest was her first 4-0 tournament in general. Now
Was it really?
Yeah.
Now she hasn't been playing pickleball for long, so the fact that she jumped in to do a 4-0 tournament just after 2 months of playing, I think it's huge.
Yeah, you're very, very brave. You really are.
You sound so monotone. There's things to discuss.
Our guest today is Gracie Harder. She's a North Carolina-based athlete and one of the most decorated double mini trampoline competitors in the country. She's a 2025 World Team Double Mini Champion, a two-time U.S. silver medalist, and a 2023 World Bronze medalist. She trains and coaches at Carolina Elite Trampoline Academy in Archdale, North Carolina. And somewhere in between flipping at an elite level and apparently having way too much energy, she found pickleball. This past weekend, she stepped onto a 4.0 tournament court for the very first time. Gracie, welcome to Keep It on the Court.
Hey!
My first question is, what is double mini? Eddie was trying to explain it to me and said double mini trampoline. And immediately I imagined like a trampoline the size of this table here and two of them stacked on top of each other. And I know that's not right. So could you explain what that is?
Yeah. So double mini trampoline is a smaller version of an Olympic-sized trampoline. So think of it as like artistic gymnastics vault meets trampoline and springs and the ground. So you basically have a run up. You run up to it and you mount onto what we call the mounter bed. It's at an angle. Once you mount on, you do your first element or skill, and then you do another element or skill and land off onto the landing zone mat.
Okay, how did you get into that?
So, obviously, as a kid, I was super energetic and running all over the place and doing cartwheels and whatnot when I wasn't supposed to. I started doing all different types of sports that my parents put me into. I was in softball for a few years, and every time I was put in the outfield, I kept doing cartwheels. So my mom decided to put me in a gymnastics class, and I stuck with it ever since.
Okay, okay. Now another question: why the gymnasts that are running? Why do they all run the same way?
What do you mean?
There's a specific form they outrun, and it's like arms are tight to your body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's more of just like a habit, because it's a little different when you're literally running full speed at something that you're about to literally throw your body into a skill. So most people are a little more hesitant to run full speed at it. So they're like a little more reserved as they're running. So they keep their arms down a little bit lower. But once you start to get to like the elite level, you'll see a lot more people actually pumping their arms correctly and running. Actually, the past few months, I've been really focusing on my run and pumping my arms, being on my toes. Because if you watch sprinters, like they're on their toes. They're not heel toe. They're on their toes. So
well, and it's funny because when we're on the court and you return a ball, I see you run. You're running like a gymnast.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
You have the paddle very close to you, and you're
I didn't
running
even
like
notice
a
that.
gymnast.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we actually have footage of that, that would be
Stop.
a
No.
good thing to include.
Well, I mean, we did record the games from over the weekend, but I think there's a specific photo of you.
Just
that your paddle is like very tight to your body on the side, and I was like, you're such a gymnast.
Oh, Gracie, no matter what, in all honesty, no matter what, your running form is probably a lot better than mine, because I look like I'm running away from a creature that's going to eat me. And I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever, I'm going to give up. So this was Eddie and Grace's first 4.0 mixed tournament together, your first 4.0 tournament together, or Your first wow. Why am I doing a thing where I have to actually talk? This was your first 4.0 tournament period. And I'm going to start with you. How did that feel going in? Because you did a 4.5 tournament recently that didn't go very well. And have you done any other 4.0s? I should know this.
So I've done a couple 4.0 tournaments. So this weekend I did men's doubles Saturday and then mixed doubles with Gracie on Sunday. Saturday, everything went great. We swept the 4.0 bracket and finished with gold. So of course, going into Sunday, there's a lot of confidence. But because I got an increase in my duper, we got thrown into a stronger bracket. So it was a pretty strong pool. I mean, we finished second, but I'm not going to complain. But the rest of the teams voted to have the top 3 teams move forward instead of the top 2. And we would have gone into the semifinals and then gone for medal. But since they all voted to have the top 3 teams, we had to go to quarterfinals and got bumped out. Or we got kicked out. Or we lost at the quarterfinals.
But yeah, we won in a 3.0. And I mean, this is only my 4th tournament ever. So I really never know what to expect going into it. So I tried to go in with no expectations, and I definitely was focused, trying to be focused, definitely driven.
Yeah, no way.
Definitely competitive, and that definitely shows. So
there was a moment where I wasn't covering my line.
oh my gosh.
And
one moment.
I said a moment.
Okay.
I said a moment. One of the few. And Gracie said, which I haven't heard her say in the times that we've been practicing, but she said, cover the damn line.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
No,
She said, cover the damn
He
line.
wasn't covering every time I told him to.
So
When he told me that you said that to him, you don't know how good that felt inside for me. Because I'm the one that's constantly being told by him to cover the line or shift a little over or stop this or stop that. And so when he goes, Gracie told me to cover the damn line.
Yeah,
he goes,
cover it.
He goes, getting yelled at by women everywhere I go. And I was like, so that first game, was that the one that I saw? Or was that the second one?
I think the second one's the one you saw. That first game, you were there towards the end.
Because when I got there, I could see that you were already frustrated. And I was like, oh no.
Probably with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Duh. I mean, I was like, what did I walk into? Like, what is exactly happening here? And your mom was there and she was like, Eddie's been a little bit off and Gracie's getting frustrated.
Yeah, well, my mom can definitely pick up on those cues. Like, obviously she knows me so well. She knows when I'm mad, but also like even not watching Eddie for long, like that's probably her second time ever watching you play. And like, she could definitely tell you off.
The first time was when she's like, I can join you. And I was like, well, this is higher level.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She gave me the stank face. And I was
so
like,
the very first time, right. So the very first interaction you had with Gracie's mom, you insulted her.
Whoa, I mean,
basically.
That's exactly what happened.
Literally.
I was just letting her know.
No, you're a mom hater.
Yeah, no, yeah. Can you tell it from your mother's perspective, please?
Let's do some justice. Mother.
Let's do some justice for your mom.
My poor mother wanted to play a game with Eddie. First time meeting him.
I didn't know. I knew she was going to be there. I just didn't know it was her mom. I should have known.
Doesn't matter who she was. She's somebody's mom.
She's a short, angry woman. We look the same.
Do you want to keep that in the pod, or you want us to
keep it in there?
Okay, so your mom showed up.
Yeah.
And she was excited to play with Eddie.
Yes.
Because you had told her about him.
I didn't know that.
And then what happened?
He said, freak no.
He said, get the hell away from me.
That's exactly what he said.
You tiny little bad pickleball playing weirdo.
Basically.
No, what actually happened?
No,
he was just like, oh, this is a 4.0.
No,
what was it? 3.75?
Yeah.
Whatever. This is a 3.75 only core.
You can't sit with us.
Exactly. And she was like,
you can't be in the cool girl club.
Yeah.
As soon as she turned around, I saw the tears in her eyes.
Oh, your poor mom.
She was.
Okay, so what did actually happen?
So I'll need to like get one game. Like, I'll play.
No, tell us what actually happened.
That day, well, it was during the snowstorm, ice storm we were having. So we were at peak, and there were 375s plus that were playing. And I think we were waiting, and she's like, I can come over and play. So because I know how strict they have been at Peak with, people not playing where they're supposed to, I was like, well, this is for 375 plus. Um, and that's all I said. And
She takes that as you can't sit with us, basically.
yeah,
She definitely took that as, oh, you're
Absolutely.
too good for
she
me. Like,
looked at me like,
You triggered like some deep middle school pain for her.
I don't know. She looked at me like, F you, I'm
Yeah.
gonna snap your neck. And then, of course, Gracie shows up and says hi to her. And I was like,
I'm like, oh, this is
Oh,
my mom,
no.
Eddie. And Eddie's like,
Oh.
and then,
yeah.
Gracie's like, this is my mom. And I was like, hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry about the interaction earlier.
As soon as she walked away, Eddie was like, I think your mom already hates me. I was
Yeah.
like, you've known her for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
How
and
could
then-
you possibly?
Then I said hi to her. I said hi to her, and I was like, I'm sorry about my husband. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, when I apologized, I was like, I'm sorry. And I tried to explain myself, and yeah, her response was, yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God,
Incredible. You really messed that up.
I'm dead.
I told Gracie, I was like, I don't think I can be your partner anymore.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think
But she's fine now, though.
Yeah, I think her mom was going to tell her that either way. Which one of the matches / games did you feel you had the most control over? Like, which one did you feel that you were like, we are in control of this?
I know which one it is, but I'll let you talk.
I'd say the third one for sure. Because he finally locked in and let me start hitting the ball. And he actually covered the damn line. So
Well,
worked out.
and in that one, there was a moment, I think it was like 2-1-2, and she literally went on a 9-point tear. Like,
I did. Like, I just
yeah,
ripped him one.
we switched sides, and
Yep.
we went on a tear, and that's actually what pushed us into the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the one I saw when I got there? Because the first one I got there for, there was an older guy, I think 50 plus, and your mom was like, he really should be in the 50 plus. Like, she was angry for you. And
I think
you
that was
made
the
a
end of the
face.
first game.
Yeah, you made a face and you were like, he hits really hard or something. And or he's fast or
Oh,
something.
no,
like
that was the third game. And I was like,
Oh,
he's really jacked.
Yeah, muscles.
yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
I was
So
about
that
to
was
say,
the-
he's strong.
So that was the third game. And so is that the one you guys felt you had control?
Oh, easily.
I wouldn't even say we had control. I would say Gracie had all the control.
Okay.
She controlled the whole game.
I barely missed any shots.
She didn't
that
miss.
game.
Yeah, she
Right.
didn't miss
I was
anything.
on it because I knew we needed to have a bigger win going into it, or we weren't gonna
Move forward.
move forward.
Right.
Especially because of them changing everything around and making
Yeah.
it like
Yeah.
3 instead of 2. Like, I knew what we needed, and I did. So
So you guys have alluded to it already that there was points where he wasn't covering the damn line. You felt a little bit off. What do you think were the main moments where you weren't in sync, and what changed when that kind of shifted?
At least for me, I would say I was playing overly aggressive and trying to cover more middle. So that's what led to the not covering the line as much.
Interesting.
Well, and it's because there were 2 guys that were in our pool that had seen me play Saturday. So they were already aware of what was gonna come from my side. And I mean, they were as obvious hitting everything to her.
Right.
So I try to cover more middle to help out and just be more the bigger presence, the aggressor.
That reminds me of something you said the other day, that you're used to being a solo athlete, or what
Yeah.
is it? Tell me about that piece and how that worked
yeah.
out.
So I mean, when you do gymnastics, yeah, you can be on a team and you compete as a team, but in my exact division, in my exact sport, it's fully by myself. Like, I have a coach holding the mat and I have my teammates cheering me on, but at the end of the day, I'm the one presenting, I'm the one competing, and it's for myself. So every time I make a mistake, it's fully on me, and I don't have anyone else to, I'd say, rely on or like let down even. So playing, I guess, more as a team and like literally just like a 2v2, in my opinion, like it's definitely a different definitely a different mindset I kind of have to have because not only am I going to miss a shot and it look bad on me, but look bad on us because here we are losing a point. So,
So for me, it felt like I was letting her down because I kind of did not play my usual game. So especially when she was playing well and I was messing up, I was like, damn it, this is not the experience that I want to give her as the tournament, right?
Right.
Especially considering how I played the day before. It was very eye opening. Um, and I'm like, no, Gracie's fine. She can handle the shots. There were some hard drives. She was blocking. There was no, she was doing just fine. But at the end of the day, I saw a moment where she felt deflated. And it was like the big brother in me where I was like, hey, it's okay. You played well.
I think you were trying to make sure that your very first tournament went well together. And it is a little bit embarrassing for the person who's not playing well. Especially when you've been practicing, when you've been playing really well together, and then the actual day of the competition shows up and you're off. And I think that's a really important thing to remember, that you can be really, really good at what you're doing and your nerves will still get in the way. Have you ever had a time where your nerves got in the way when you were doing gymnastics?
um, yeah, every competition, like it really doesn't go away no matter how many times you compete. Not even like in practice, you still get nervous. Like if you really think about it, it's actually insane what we're doing. Like, you're flipping 20 feet in the air on a trampoline and hoping you land. Like, it's actually crazy what we're doing. We're defying the laws of gravity. So, I mean, there's always a big risk going into it. And you feel that. Like, even if you don't feel it in your brain, like, you definitely feel it in your body. And I mean, you always get nervous. And I mean, I wouldn't even say I was really nervous for the tournament. I was more like, I just was really hoping that I played up to that because, like, I know where I place at in gymnastics. I know, okay, I'm a senior elite. That's my level. And I know I'm top 1 and 2 in the world. Like, I know exactly where I'm at. And then pickleball, like, I feel like some days oh my gosh, I could be a 4-0. And then other days it's like, dang, like, I'm all the way down to a 2. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't really know where I place at. So, like, playing in a 4-0, I definitely thought I personally had a lot to prove, especially because I already know he's beyond a 4-0. So it's like,
Pickleball is really humbling in
yeah.
that sense, because there's days when you will go out there and you're like, I'm an elite athlete
Oh,
at this.
100%.
And then there's other days you're like, I have 2 left feet
Yeah.
and I forgot how to serve.
I mean, we were playing yesterday
Oh, it was so bad
and
yesterday.
all we can do is laugh
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so bad.
because we were like, she'd have a good shot
and
and then
he
I'd miss
messed
it.
up.
And then I'd
Right.
hit a good drop and she'll miss it. And I was like, it is what it is.
Right. And you do, yeah, you have to remember that at the end of the day, it's just a game. But that's a hard mentality. Um, which brings up the next point. And of course, I just remembered the thing that I was going to say to him, that he's like, I wanted to play really well and he was trying to take control, and then realized that you were holding your own,
Yeah.
actually. And I think that comes right back to what we were talking about when we started recording, where people underestimate women,
Yeah.
particularly tiny
Yeah.
women. I and I guess maybe I want to talk about that a little bit more before we move on to that next piece. How have you been underestimated as an athlete,
Oh,
or just in life in
yeah.
general, as
Mhm.
being a full grown adult who is under 5 feet tall?
Oh, yeah. It happens literally every day, like all the time. And normally, once I show them I can do a backflip, normally they're a little more impressed. But
Right.
neither here nor there. I mean, in my own career, I'd say, like, I've been the underdog so many times, and even my coach considers me as such, like, a comeback kid, I guess, because, like, I always come back strong as hell, like, every time, like, no matter what. I could have literally the worst things leading up to it, and then as soon as I get there, I get ish done, like, I get it done.
Yeah.
I know what I need to do, and I do it, and normally, I rise to the occasion, and that's why I'm such a fierce competitor, because I know it. Like, I know that I'll rise to the occasion, and most people really don't expect that. I mean, they literally look at me as a little girl and like, okay, what's wrong with that?
Right.
I'm out there winning gold medals and beating up old men in pickleball,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna expect it, but I sure as hell know. So,
I mean, that is beating up old men in general is one of my very favorite things to
oh,
do.
100%. I love it. Yeah.
Um, okay, so talking about how fierce of a competitor you are, in that is it the quarterfinal game, right? Okay, in that quarterfinal game, you guys were playing, from my point of view, you guys were playing incredible, but the other team was also playing very good.
And I want to do say that I think that that was probably our best overall game
Mhm.
where we were both like
We were
focused
in
and locked
sync.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though that third game she handled it just
Mhm.
fine, it was all her.
But I think
Right.
that third game maybe was that comeback thing
Yeah,
that you just said, where
exactly.
it's like we haven't had the first two games weren't so good, and here's this third one, and you literally killed it. And then for that quarterfinal game, you guys were locked in. I can tell you from my point of view, and this is one of the reasons that I wanted to actually interview you for this, is because in that final quarter in that quarterfinal game. In that quarterfinal game, I'm standing there on the side watching you guys play, and there are points throughout the game where your face is something that I could not understand.
Yeah.
I saw this look on your face, this fierce competitor, this like I kept looking at it and going, is she angry? Is she locked in? Is this the face of an elite athlete when they're like, and I'm so the opposite. I'm so the complete opposite of a incredibly competitive athlete. I've never been competitive and I've never been an athlete. I've never been either.
This is the
And
person that she like chokes on water.
like God made me pretty, but I must have been an incredible past life because every single time I I even think remotely super duper high of myself, the universe reminds me to stay humble. And
Oh, you're very humble by saying I'm very, very
Oh,
pretty.
I'm so humble.
believe it or not, I trip over my own feet all the time. I'm very much the clumsiest person you've ever met. My mom named me Grace, hoping I'd be graceful.
Aw.
Not at all.
Aw.
Not at all.
Well, you are graceful at competing. I mean, I think that is very good. But I saw in you this look of like, I'm gonna win no matter what.
Oh, yeah,
And
I'm
I
gonna
was
go
like,
all out.
holy, she is tiny but fierce.
Mhm.
She is tiny and terrifying.
Yeah.
I was like, if we were out in the woods right now, she would be like the wolf, and I would be like the possum. That's like I am not that. And so I always think, I'm like, their brains are different
Yeah.
than like people like me. How does that work in your mind to be such a strong, like, competitive athlete? Because I hope that we maybe have footage of it somehow that I can capture your face and share it, because the look is so intense
Yeah.
that I was like, she could kill somebody with that look. And me, I've had to learn to do this. Like, I've had to learn through this in therapy, where even if I'm playing a little bit well, I start to feel very bad for the people I'm playing against. And I would start playing badly.
Mhm.
Even if I wasn't doing it on purpose, I would actually start messing up, or I would start acting a little goofy, or I'd start apologizing. And I saw the complete opposite in you. You were so incredibly unapologetic. You weren't being a jerk at all, but you were so incredibly unapologetic and just like locked in. And you did not care what that other team thought. You were like, I'm gonna win. So what is that? What is that mentality?
Part of it is how I was raised. I mean, my dad raised me to be all for it. Everything I do, be good at it. Everything I do, give it my all. Like, so much of you have nothing to lose mentality. Because in gymnastics, it really is you have nothing to lose. Like, you have to give it your all. And if you don't, you're going to suck.
Yeah, you're not
And
gonna make it anywhere.
you're not going to make it anywhere. Like, even work wise too. Like, not even as an athlete, but working. Like, I own a gym. Like, I try to give it my all. I coach. I try to give the kids my all. I'm present in the moment. Like, I'm going to give them the best of me so they can be the best of themselves.
Right.
And then I would say it's also being an elite athlete. Like, that's something I can correlate from gymnastics over to pickleball is in gymnastics, you have to have a moment where you're fully focused on what you're doing because who knows what could happen. If you're focused on somebody cheering in the stands, you're not focused on what you're doing and you literally could get hurt. So, I mean, that honestly, it was just like a light switch. Like, it was on and I was on. So,
Right. So you just said, okay, like the transition of being an athlete in gymnastics has brought it over to pickleball.
Yeah.
We all have our stories of how we got into pickleball.
Mhm.
What led that for you? Like, how did you
Oh,
get
yeah.
into it?
My mom was playing. I've only played for a year. But my mom was playing and it was about to be summertime. So yeah, about this time. She was like, "Come on, you're going to love it. It's about to get warm outside for the summer. You would be great at pickleball. Like, come play with me one day." And I was like bored. So I was like, "Sure, I'll come Saturday afternoon and play with you with the old people." And they whooped my butt.
Yes.
I mean, the first game I won, but still, they whooped my butt. And I mean, I genuinely was like, "Mom, that's such like retirement age sport. Like, I don't want to do it to these old people, but I'm having fun." And my mom was like, "Oh, do it. This is so much fun." And then literally from there, like I played with her for a really long time and she does it just for fun mainly, but she knows me and she knows how competitive I am. So she knew as soon as she introduced me to it that I was going to get hooked. I mean, it really is that addicting. And I started not only playing with her, but going to other places and playing with other people, discovering my own, like playing different places, indoors, outdoors. And then I found Peak and I started playing at Peak. And then I played in one I played in one tournament and Eddie saw me playing in that tournament. And mind you, this tournament, I was so bad. Like I got third in a 3-5
Oh, God forbid.
and a mixed double. And
Yeah.
that was my third tournament ever. And then my next tournament was with Eddie in a 4-0. So
Okay.
like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, I saw that tournament and it was a Such Garden as well in the fall. And I saw the same intensity and I was like, I don't see many
He goes,
women.
"She's scary, but I like it."
well, I mean,
Yeah.
no offense to Eddie, but also in the first 2 games, like I was like, why is he playing like this? Like I don't understand. Like because I know he's so much better. And I guess that kind of channels the coach in me, not like coaching him, but like as a coach, I see my athletes and I'm like, you've learned this. You know exactly what to do. You normally do better. Why are you not doing better? And so like I had that mentality towards him. I was like, I know he's better than me. So why am I playing better than him? Like I genuinely was mad. I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
and then I was like, you know what? Like I told him to lock the hell in. I told him to cover the damn line. And then he finally did. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I was just focused.
Yeah, I didn't feel like you had to babysit me.
Yeah.
Your first reaction to pickleball, did it feel athletic enough coming from elite gymnastics? So that's a good question there because like you are
Well, yeah, I said it earlier. She runs very tight.
right, but like how does that feel doing something completely different like pickleball? Like what skills do you think transfer over?
I'd say really only the athleticism, like the speed, the agility really transfers over. And then also like a little bit of the mindset. But everything else is different. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I've never not had a coach in gymnastics. So it's weird not having someone tell me exactly what I'm doing wrong and how to fix it. So I'm really just like, dang, I hit it in the net 5 times. I need to change something. And I think of that more upon myself now where it's like, okay, what do I need to do? I hit it like this so many times. Okay, let me turn my paddle maybe use different thing like shoulder, wrist. Like I think of different things and then I see what works and I normally adjust. And that's really the way I've kind of learned to progress. And then also like when I really don't know what I'm doing, I'm literally just like, Eddie, what the hell am I doing? Like, tell me what I'm doing
Yeah.
wrong. And then he's like, it's always that I'm leaning. I'm always leaning in my forehand. He's like, you're leaning. And I'm like, I'm sticking
Yeah.
straight up. How am I leaning? And you're like, you're leaning.
Yeah, so she typically because she's trying to hit so hard, she brings her chest forward, and as she swings through, her chest is essentially looking down to the ground, so the ball stays low.
Mind you,
It
I don't
doesn't
feel it at
elevate.
all. I still have no idea what I'm
Yeah.
doing. So when he tells me that, I'm like, I feel like my chest is up.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like, what do you mean?
but what's funny though is yesterday while we were playing, she did a play. It goes out, and the people we're playing with, one of them is like, "Hey, you know, Eddie, tell your partner what she shouldn't do." And I was like,
Excuse me.
I don't have to tell her
I'm gonna say
anything.
that part I knew.
Yeah.
I knew what
I
I
was
was
like, I don't
doing.
have to tell her anything. I think I know. She knows what she did wrong. And I asked her, I was like, you know, right? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, yeah, exactly. I don't have to tell her anything.
So then why the hell can't you remember to do that when I'm playing with you?
No, I
Since you're
do.
constantly telling me what to
Mm.
do, even though you know that I know.
Because you continue doing the same mistake over and over and over and over and over.
Oh, okay.
And she literally didn't do it again.
I did
Yeah.
not
No, because
do
she's
it
an athlete.
again.
That's why. Okay, so with the mentality, so I'm thinking of like how these two things come together. The fact that you are so strong-willed, like you
Yeah.
are locked in,
I definitely don't give up.
but at the same time, you can take feedback. I don't want to say criticism because a coach is not trying to criticize you. Coach is always trying to make you better, but you can take that feedback and make that adjustment. How do you do that without taking it personally or without it like insulting you or hurting your feelings? Because that's something that I think a lot of people struggle with. One, there's a lot of people out there who give unsolicited advice. And I get it. You want to be helpful, but if you weren't asked, then
Yeah.
then and if you get a bad response from that person, then they don't want it.
Mhm.
But I'll say something like, whenever Eddie and I play together, and again, it's different. We're in a relationship. We've been together for a long time. But he tells me, you've done something wrong. And immediately I'm like, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me. And it's like, oh, never mind. That what I'm going through, it actually has nothing to do with pickleball. It has something to do with something completely else, right? It's just how these things show up on the court. I do notice that when I play with somebody that's not him and they'll coach me or they'll give me advice, I can actually take it a lot lighter, even though if they're telling me the exact same thing that he has said, I'm like, hey, that's a good point. Thank you for that. How does that fit into the mentality of being a competitive athlete, so strong-willed, but then having to constantly hear somebody tell you, fix this, fix that, fix that?
I mean, it's different because I mean, in gymnastics, you have a lot of people around you, especially when you're on like a national team like I am. It's not mainly my coach telling me what to do and how to fix it and things like that, because he definitely knows how to pick my brain. I mean, he's been my coach since I was 7 years old, and now I'm 21. Shout out, Nick. He's not the only one helping, like when we go to camps, when we go to competitions, there's like a head coach, and then there's also like other personal coaches as well. So you kind of have to be very open to hearing different styles of coaching, different options, different advice. And I mean, the way it translates to pickleball is like, I really don't want to be told when I'm doing wrong. I don't like it because I like to learn by myself. But if I realize I'm making the same mistake over and over and over again, I will ask and genuinely want an answer. Like, I'm not just like, Eddie, tell me what I'm doing wrong. He's like, oh, nothing. Like, I'd be like, no, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I want to fix it. And that's why I think it's a little easier for me once it translates over because I'm kind of used to it. But like, normally in pickleball, if I don't want to hear it, I'm not going to. Like, if you just give me, like you said, unsolicited advice, like, I don't care. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm going to keep doing my own thing. And if I realize, hey, this isn't working, then I will ask for help. I think he also knows a little bit of my brain now, though.
Yeah, like I agree
knows
because I won't say anything. Maybe if I see the same mistakes, I'll like just give a quick, gentle reminder. But other than that, it's her like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Right. And I'm the same way. Like, don't come and tell me. If I ask, then fine. But I do want to know, like, okay, I'm doing the same mistake. Right. So like Saturday, I kept doing a similar mistake over and over, and my men's partner was like, hey, you're doing this. And I'm like, okay, perfect. And then I'm able to readjust. But yeah, I'm especially in a setting like a tournament, I need to know right away so I can readjust right away.
Right, yeah, and not take it personally and realize you're both working together towards the same goal, which is to do well. Is the dog snoring next to you? Is that-
slightly, yeah.
yeah, that's what's yeah. He's shameless.
Oh,
So you and I started playing pickleball together. We did leagues together. We've done one tournament together. Now that
One and done.
one and done. Now that our skill levels have separated so much, and you know, I was able to see Gracie play. Reached out to her to see if she wanted to play 4 or higher. What are your thoughts, your feelings? Because everything has been about like her and us as our first tournament, but you're on the outside looking in.
I think that is ridiculous. The snoring. He's sleeping so good. I think, in the beginning, we started playing pickleball together. It was meant to be something that we discovered and started doing as a family, as a couple, something fun. We tried to get our daughter into it too. Soon thereafter, it was like, oh, Eddie's really, really good at this. Like, he can play this very well. And there got to be a point where his skills like outgrew mine tremendously. The only thing about it was it made me sad because I really enjoyed playing with him, but it got to be the point where I don't think I can actually keep up. And I'm holding him back. And there were times we were playing together, especially in the last year, it was really difficult where I was like, well, let's just play for fun. And he didn't want to because it wasn't fun for him to play down so much. Um, and arguments came from that. We did a tournament, not last year, the year before, in our first year together, and the competitive side of him came out, and it was a lot for me. It was a lot.
It was very similar to
Yeah.
you. It was very intense. Like, I remember feeling like I'm better than these people. We should not be losing.
Right. And meanwhile, I'm there with like my paddle shaking in my hand, and like we were getting whooped in that first one, and I was like, okay, I'm awful at this. And I had this overwhelming feeling of like, I'm letting him down. It was that same thing. Like, I'm letting him down. He's gonna be upset with me. And it was on his birthday, Gracie.
Oh.
It was on his birthday. And the pressure was intense. It was on his birthday. And he was like, this will be so cool if I win a medal on my birthday. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, that pressure.
The pressure was insane. In between games, I would go to the bathroom and cry. Like, legitimately. Like, this is the person that I am. I'd go to the bathroom and he's like, you're going to the bathroom a lot. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm sitting on the toilet. Like, yeah, please, dear God, please. And, I kind of got it together, but I remember just feeling very shaky the rest of the day. We ended up winning gold by the grace of God. I don't trust me. I don't know. We ended up winning. I'm so like lost in it that we had finished the final game and I was like, all right, what's next? Like, what's the next round? And he goes, that's it. We won. And I'm like, what do you mean we won? And he's like, yep, we're done. And I'm like, what? I was like, so what did we place? He's like, we got gold. We got number 1. And I'm like, I won number 1 at something?
No, I won. And I carried you.
We. No, but I was
Team
really
effort.
right. No, it is a team effort, but I really was like, I was part of that. I was like, this doesn't make sense. It's been rigged somehow. And ever since then, we've had to get a lot more comfortable with, well, he has to play more at his level. Yes, we play together all the time recreationally. Eddie's had other mixed double partners. I think that's a really fun question, particularly because people get weird about pickleball. Is she covering you? No, she's not covering the camera. Oh, oh, Sat, really? Oh my God, this is ridiculous. I think people get weird about that sometimes. I am not really that type of person. But I will say when he first mentioned you and was like, I saw this girl playing and she's incredible and she's fierce. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, whatever. And then he's like, I reached out to her via Instagram. I'm like, you slid into her DM? I was like,
so that's a weird thing. I feel
It
like
was a little weird
Yeah.
at first. I was like,
agree.
what?
Yeah.
You saw me in a tournament. Okay, stalker.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it's weird. Like, it felt weird reaching out to her. I'm like, I don't know any other way to reach out to her. Right? Like,
You could have sent her a letter in the mail.
That would be even weird because it means I know her
Now I'm gonna
address.
say knowing my address.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just tell her you looked it up online.
No. So it felt weird reaching out to her because I'm like, I'm sliding into her DMs.
Yeah, you were like, "Hi, I'm Eddie. I saw you play a
That's
few months
exactly
ago.
what he said.
I was like, hey, by the way, I know this is gonna come off as weird.
Do you want to
but
play with me?"
Yeah, I was like, I know this is gonna come off as weird, but I've been looking for like a mixed doubles partner for a while,
And I saw you.
and I saw you play, and I enjoy the intensity, and we just kind of started chatting and stuff like that, and
This is ridiculous.
Listen to this.
and yeah, we just kind of
Do
started.
you want her off of you? Get her off.
Maybe not licking my knee.
Yeah, don't lick her. Stay down, okay? Relax.
So yeah, it was weird, just like sending her a message on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, especially since you're older than her.
Wow.
So-
Oh yeah.
Unk.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means.
For our older viewers, what does that mean? I don't know what
Uncle?
that means.
Unk?
Oh, just uncle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's-
I wasn't sure.
He's old.
Yeah, calling you
That's
old
what
as
it is.
hell.
He's just old.
Yeah,
He's
like,
unk.
we can't. Anytime we text for anything outside of pickleball and it's like trendy related,
Oh my gosh. I send him little stickers and memes.
I have no idea what that
And
means.
you have no idea.
He doesn't
Yeah.
know.
It literally, I text her and I feel like I'm
Oh my
texting
gosh.
our daughter.
Literally, yeah.
What is the one thing you want to take away from the tournament that you had this weekend together? And then how do you want to, what's your mentality moving forward?
So Gracie has sent me like 3 or 4 tournaments already to do. I'm like, slow down. No, definitely learned a lot. Just watching the videos, I've already given her some pointers for what I saw. Specifically on like trying to maybe bring in a two-handed backhand at the kitchen. So like that.
I thought you said to something front flip. That is what my I heard,
No.
and I was like, what?
No, two-handed backhand at the kitchen, to make it a little more aggressive, and put more pressure on the other team. But it was just a learning moment, right? And it's hey, Gracie can handle her game, and I don't need to play as big. I can cover 60% of the court rather than trying to cover 75. So, for me, it was a lot of what did she do well that we can grow from and I can grow from as her partner.
What about you? What did you take away from this weekend?
I'd say about the same. Like, I am very competitive, but I also lack in technique because, I mean, I really don't have the experience yet. That is one of the reasons I sent you so many tournaments because I want more experience. But I think, like you said, the two-handed backhand, like, that would definitely help a lot. And, like, drilling would help a lot, especially, like, most of the shots I miss are the easy shots. Like, I normally can keep the ball in play and play hard and play aggressive, but it's those easy shots that are just technical that I kind of got to get down.
Yeah.
And then, like you kind of said earlier, like, he was playing big, and I think that costed us a lot, but he was only playing big to kind of come out strong, I'd say, which is good. I want to come out strong, but at the same time, like, I can definitely handle my own. So, I mean, kind of just meshing better together, I'd say.
Where can people follow you on your gymnastics journey and your pickleball journey?
My gymnastics account on Instagram is flips_with_Gracie. And my pickleball account is pickles_with_Gracie.
Pickles
You're
with
so
underscore.
Pickles_with_Gracie.
Everyone is so creative.
Everybody's so creative. No, she's not. It's consistency.
Yeah,
That's what it is. That makes sense. And do you have a YouTube channel?
Oh my gosh, I do, but I don't really post on there. But I do have a YouTube.
Okay, so then I will delete that. Don't worry.
It's fine. It's just my name.
Anywhere else they could find you on social
I have a
media? or anything?
TikTok.
Oh, you have a TikTok. Okay.
Yep. It's Gracie.Harder. Just my name.
Gracie.Harder.
A
Gracie
bunch of
Harder.
little trending dances that
I don't do dances.
or songs. Sorry.
They're not dances. They're choreography. Basically.
I wouldn't. Okay.
I just have a bunch of silly random thought TikToks, like just random thoughts.
I like that. And you just became an affiliate with the Pickler. And what is your code And what does the code do for people?
It's Gracie Pickles, and it gives you a percentage off of your membership.
Nice. So if you're going to sign up for the Pickler very soon, the one here in Greensboro, or I think anywhere actually,
Yeah, I think it was.
you can sign up and use the code Gracie Pickles, and you'll get what? 20% off? Something. We'll figure that out.
They'll
We'll
get
put it on
something.
screen. They'll get something. Yeah, they'll get something. Okay.
Well, one last question. Where do you see yourself with pickleball in 5 years?
I plan to retire from gymnastics in the next 2 or 3, so I plan to go pro in 5.
All right, so she's gonna leave Unk behind.
Oh, 100%. Unless you go pro, I mean.
I in 5 years I'll be eligible for senior pro, so that's where I'll be going pro.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Wow.
It's really rude. And how many years?
Well, I'm 36, so in 5 years I can do senior pro. I can't
So
wait.
40 is considered senior pro?
There is in the
That is rude as hell.
No,
That is
You're
so
so
rude.
old. Oh my God.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Gracie, thank you for joining us
Yeah,
today.
thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. And this is Keep It on the Court.
All right, see you on the court.
See you on the court.